And shout out to nobody for bringing this information to Asmongold's attention and also bringing this information to my attention, because I definitely did not see this today. And nobody said, oh my God, Asmongold reacted to my post that got 1.1K upvotes on his subreddit about Alyssa Mercante's video being taken down. It's pretty funny. Now, full disclosure, I have watched this video already, and oh my God, is it nuts?
Alyssa Mercante made her first real edited video on YouTube, and it got banned by YouTube for bullying and harassment. You can't make this shit up. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's just too bad, right? You thought you were going to escape McDonald's. You thought you were going to escape DoorDash. No. Go back. Go back. You're not coming back. She re-uploaded it. If she re-uploaded the video, she's just going to get the account banned.
That's what I was saying. Like, you're not supposed to be allowed to do that. This is what blew my mind. When I saw this, I'm just like, shouldn't her whole account be banned if she's doing that? I'm so confused. She has a YouTube contact. She got a timestamp on what she needs to update, and she re-uploaded a video that was taken down. I've never heard of that before on YouTube. That's wild to me.
Like that,
that's like special treatment to someone if they don't shut her account down.
That's what's going to happen, right? Really, rare W YouTube, if it's true. Excellent. Now nowhere left to run. Get a real job. And yeah, I think that's what's going to happen, right? I mean, and she did for a while. That's why she was upset. And she was really harassed. It's madness not to acknowledge it, even if you don't like her work. Personally, I don't like it, but I acknowledge.
Hold on. She was really harassed. It's madness not to acknowledge it, even if you don't like her work. Personally, I don't like it, but I acknowledge it anyway. And I find it sad that she is deprived of her freedom of speech. Okay, so a couple things on this. This is one of those bait comments that's just like, oh, but she's supposed to have freedom of speech. Oh, she is getting harassed. I agree. There are some people that are proactively sending things to her that nobody should send to anybody. Just like the same people or different people are sending me things that no one should ever send to anybody. It's not okay, no matter where it happens. But the fact of life is, the reality is, if you're going to play in this ballpark, unfortunately, that is a side effect. It's never going to be eradicated 100%. There are people that try to build careers off of trying to do that, and then it turns into a grift because you can never get rid of that. That is just a fact of life, and it sucks. As long as people don't act on things or make direct personal threats that they are going to act on something, you just kind of got to deal with that shit. It sucks, but everyone has to deal with it if they're doing this stuff. For some reason, she feels like she's above the law and she's above everyone else, and that she will cry victimhood, and it's everyone against her, against the world. It's like, no, you can talk on your channel. You can say what you want. You can put your video up. You can misrepresent however you want. And we will dissect it and completely ruin you, because we will expose how bad you are at this and how awful of a human being you are for thinking that you can pull one over on people without people knowing any better. So yeah, we will expose that. That's what we do. That's why we're winning at this and why you're losing at this. So I see what this person's trying to say, but it doesn't change anything. Do I feel bad that she's getting harassed by some people? Sure, I guess I do. Just the same way I feel bad that I'm getting harassed by people, which is minimally. It's part of what you do. It sucks, but it is what it is.
I find it sad that she was deprived by her freedom of speech. Here is the way that I look at it. If you take up action against another person and you try to get this person like deplatformed or like canceled, and you try,
which I think what he's speaking to right now, I don't know how much Asmongold knows about this, but it sounds like he knows a good enough amount. Alyssa initially tried to get me cancel mobbed on X. When that wasn't working, she tried to get my website taken down with her buddy Nick Calandra and cheering it on when it did get taken down. And then she also tried to break up my marriage by contacting my wife and telling her how awful I am for daring to talk about the video game industry and the things I don't like about it, and the people that I feel like are detrimental to it. She felt like that was in bounds to contact my wife. Like, no, you don't do that. I still to this day, I'm just like, I'm floored by that whole thing where she still thinks it's normal, which is insane to me. That would be like me reaching out to her boyfriend and being like, hey, bro, do you know about Alyssa and what she's doing? First off, I don't give a f. But secondly, that's just weird. Why would you do that? That is so strange. Who thinks like this?
Try to like push your narrative on people or anything like that. You deserve this. You do.
I would agree with that. Based off of the actions that she's done, she is asking for it. She literally has tweets telling people to come at her family, which when I saw that tweet, I was like, you don't do that with the internet. You don't threaten the internet and say, hey, come at my dad, come at my brother. Or when all the doxing stuff was happening, I was like, no, don't do that, Alyssa. It's almost like you're always trying to make yourself a martyr at every corner. You're daring the internet to come at you just so that you can cry about it. Remember the whole fight me physically, bitch. Do you remember that one?
And if you have a problem with that, come fight me physically, bitch.
This is who she is. She is the eternal victim complex where she's poking the bear everywhere she goes, waiting for a reaction. She'll shovel shit over the fence. And then when it gets shoveled back on her, she'll cry, oh, victimhood, the shit's falling on me now. You can't do that. If you're going to threaten to fight the internet might take you up on that. And then that's on you. Like, I could almost see a situation, again, I'm no lawyer, but if someone just were to randomly see you in the streets and beat the shit out of you and then they get arrested, they could find a good enough lawyer and be like, yeah, I saw her challenge me to a fight. I saw her and I tried to fight her. What? Am I not supposed to do that? She asked for the fight. So, I mean, you just don't do that stuff because it opens you up to be someone doing that kind of stuff to you. Don't do that. Anyways.
Deserve this. This is what you deserve because you're doing this on purpose.
No, she can go ahead and clip that. And what she'll do is she'll clip it out of context and cut the part where I say, oh, because you invited people for the fight. She's just going to say, oh, she's going to get the shit kicked out of her and she should. It's like, well, no, you need the rest of the context, which is what she always seems to do is forget the important context surrounding it. Yes, I'm pissed. Yes, I'm pissed. Could you tell, Bob? Could you tell I'm pissed, Bob?
You are being a bully. And so when I see a person who's doing that, then that's it. Yeah, she opened the door. This would have never happened if she didn't start doing this. She started this whole thing herself. Mm-hmm. She could have just stayed in her room and done her thing and written articles about video games, but that wasn't enough for her.
Buzz UK 26 on the side of this Smash JT, sorry.
She had to go and play the moral police for the internet. And now the internet seems like now it seems like she's in jail. And that's it. Didn't she try to take away your Capcom sponsorship for Dragon's Dogma 2? I don't know if she did, but if she, I would assume the answer to that is yes. But
I don't know about that. But again, with the surrounding circumstances and how this person carries themselves, people have to now start assuming that when people say, oh, is that the person that tried to do this against you? The obvious answer now is, yeah, sure. Sounds right. Because she's done this kind of thing so many times to people that's just who you're dealing with at this point.
But I just don't even remember that happening. Yes. I didn't even know that. And that's how unimportant this person is. And that she's deprived of her freedom of speech. I do not cry any tears for people that get their freedom of speech taken away from them when they want to actively take it away from other people. These people.
This is, by the way, like I said, I've seen this already once. This right here is such a banger monologue. Such a banger. Here we
People
go.
want to create a world where the only way that you can have a conversation is under their allowance, right? They have to allow you to talk and have any opinion you want. So no, and I also think that you can't live and let live with these people. I don't think so. I think that you
can't, by the way, that's actually exactly what got me in the situation where I am right now, where I used to be like, yeah, whatever, go our separate ways. She can be crazy and do the crazy shit she does, and I can continue covering the game industry. And she realized when she started coming at me that people would start to notice her. Her Twitter profile was blowing up with followers. She was getting a lot more clicks on her articles. She saw a financial monetary gain and an attention gain. And this is someone that I look at as someone who focuses a lot on getting as much attention as possible. She is, in my opinion, an attention whore, which is a terminology that you can use about people that want a lot of attention. You could try to extrapolate that out of other things if you'd like, things that she said about herself, but I'm not going to say that right now.
You have to actively repudiate them. You have to actively push back against them, and you have to keep them in the hole where they belong. And the fact is that that's what we're doing. And that's why she's not, that's why she's a waitress now. That's why all of this has happened. And we're going to keep doing it. We're going to send every single fucking one of them back to McDonald's. They're going back to DoorDash. They're going back to Uber. They're going back to working at Schlotsky's. And that's the way it's going to go. That's what's going to happen. And it might take me a while, but I'll get to you. Don't worry.
Okay, so right there, this is wild to me because I don't talk like this. That's one of those, if I talk like this, she would clip that, use it at the court and say, that's a threat. Say, oh, it'll take me a while, but I'm going to get to you. She'd use that like victim complex. She is the eternal victim. Everything she does. And I know exactly how to handle her. And that's why she hates me so much, because she can't get to me. She can't get me to say something that completely exposes myself. She's trying so hard. She thinks she's so smart with everything she's doing. I didn't react to her video because I saw the bait, hook, line, and sinker. And I'm like, I'm not going for that. I'm not doing that.
Treat others how you want to be treated. Yes. And I treat others how they treat others too. And that's another factor as well.
Yep.
What the fuck is a Schlotsky's? It's like Subway, but better, basically. And can you watch the video that she re-uploaded? No, I'm not going to watch it. Then she's probably going to try to DMCA me for the video. Do you think I'd actually play into that trap? I know what people like this do. I know how they think.
That was like exact line for line what I was saying yesterday. I know how this type of person operates from a mile away. You know exactly what they're doing. The entire point of the video was bait. It wasn't to try to grow her brand. It maybe to try to get some victim points and try to get some people to feel bad for her. But ultimately, I see her as someone that's trying anything she can to take me down. And that is her life goal right now, which is insane to me. Like, holy shit, refocus. If you're trying to ruin someone else's life, every day you wake up and you're like, how can I try to get this guy's channel taken down? That's a very weird approach to life. And I would say, if you're already getting help, get more help because you're not getting enough.
It's instantaneous. Like, people like this are so stupid that it's almost not fair because they're just so dumb. No, it's of course it's not going to happen. And anyway, she torpedoed G4. That's what she deserves. Yeah, it is.
That was Frosk. Is he mixing Alyssa up with Frosk? This is another one of those things that Alyssa's like waiting for me to fuck up so that she can add to the lawsuit. Like, holy shit. Holy shit. I wouldn't be surprised if Alyssa tries to file a lawsuit against Asmon over this clip right here, because there's so many things that he gets wrong, but it's like, he's just commentating off of what he knows. This is not something you sue people over. None of this is stuff you sue people over. That's why the lawsuit is so ridiculous. And Alyssa's asking for over $75,000 for a Twitter exchange with me using words that she used herself. And I was responding to her trying to make fun of me for investing in the Intellivision Amico. So apparently it's okay for her to harass me for my past decisions. But when I do it back to her, she throws a lawsuit at me. That's insane. And it's interesting how she left all the context out of that in the lawsuit as well, by the way. But I digress.
And anyway, so what's the title of the video so I can dislike it? Well, nobody cares. But anyway, she did get harassed and she deserved it. And that's what happens. You talk shit. I don't agree with what she says. Most of it's garbage, but freedom of speech still matters. Nope, it doesn't. And she massively harassed and dogpiled online to the point where she was effectively silenced. Good. That was the goal. And that's the accountability. That's mob suppression. Yes, that was the goal, because that's what they do to other people too. That's the whole point. Duh. Now you're getting it. And recognizing that doesn't mean I support her. Yeah, of course. That's the thing. I don't think that, like, listen, guys, we've got to stop high roading with this kind of stuff. Don't worry about high roading. Just say what you think. And that's the truth.
Well, the problem is, I would love to say what I think, but we have someone currently suing me right now for saying that things that I think, and she uses that as defamation and attacks and harassment and playing a victim. And she wants to win this lawsuit so badly so that people are not allowed to say what they think, which goes specifically to what Asmon was saying about how these people want to control speech. They want to control you. They want you to come to them to make sure that it's okay, whatever you say. They're the ones approving it first. That is not how the world works.
And we can still watch a video about fascist Trump to recommemorate. No, I don't think we're going to do that. But anyway, yes, she did get her video taken down. And let me see if I can pull it up and find it here on YouTube. And I can show it here. So, yeah, it got taken down for bullying, which it probably was. And if she re-uploads it, I think people should report it again.
Which, by the way, again, I'm not opposed to that. I didn't want the video to be taken down because I feel like it's an indictment against her. But now that she's circumventing YouTube rules in front of everyone, that's one of those, bro, you're not allowed to do that. Because that throws the entire legal TOS out of whack. That allows people to circumvent the TOS. If you get away with this, then other people get away with this. Then there's no point to the terms of service in the first place. But anyway.
And how does it feel to craft a whole hit piece, twist people's words, play the innocent victim, and then watch YouTube take your video down for harassment and bullying? Oh, the irony. And also what I think is really funny about this too, YouTube.
Did Ron Coleman see it yet? I do not know. I know he is informed of the situation. I don't know if he's watched the video yet. But to be honest, I don't think he even needs to, because what's happened is more important than the video itself. YouTube taking it down for bullying and harassment is now another hurdle she's going to need to overcome in court. And she knows that. And she's really, I would imagine, very pissed about that. Clearly seething on her timeline right now.
YouTube is complicit in harassment and benefits from it. I had to re-upload my original video because it was flagged for bullshit. Every single video here, save one, is still available on YouTube.
Please bring Ron on. I will. I've had Ron on before. I'll bring on Ron again at some point. When we get to the point of like tying all the loose ends up and everything, I'm sure Ron will come on for that.
For sure. Well, surely people won't report it again, right? Surely there's no reason that they would go and report the same thing again. Marathon dev stream in an hour? Wait, what?
Asmongold, I love how he just says what he wants to say and he speaks the truth. And that's something that these people can't stand. They always say speak truth to power, but what the silent word is speak their truth to power, which is the invented words in their head of what they want reality to be. They want that to be the power. Whereas Asmongold, in my humble opinion, is just speaking reality to power, which I think the world could use a whole lot more of. And this monologue was a banger. It was amazing. It was amazing. But yeah, I'll leave that one there. Shout out to Asmongold for a banger of a coverage. And even more importantly, shout out to Nobody for getting that information to him, because that was amazing. There he is. You're welcome, everyone. You're